Episode 129 of Making a Case. Can men and women really be friends? We'll see. Hey, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, Dr. Jacob Isom, back at you again with another episode of Making a Case. We're on episode number 129. We're talking about platonic relationships. Can men and women really be friends? I feel like I've addressed this before. I wasn't sure, so we had to throw in the episode to really talk about men and women dynamics, or I should say, men and women trying to be friends, right? And of course, this is my personal as well as my professional opinion. Um, my experience with trying to be friends with women. I imagine that, a lot of men, I wouldn't say a lot. There are some men that actually literally feel like they are friends with women. And I would never say never, right? I would never say that a man cannot be a friend with a woman. Okay. What I will say is this, and this is my experience, this is my observations, this is through research, right? That typically, whether it's a man or a woman, somebody will have some level of attraction, if not initially, eventually, right? I always used to talk about how I remember one time I was working with somebody, and we, of course, will leave the names out. And, I wasn't initially attracted to them, but over time, as I was talking to them, I was like, this person is kind of attractive to me now, right? So I think eventually, particularly if you're finding yourself very comfortable with them, right? The vibe is there, the connection is there. Because what do women always say all the time? Well, I'm looking for my best friend. Hmm. Well, if you think about it from that perspective, if you're looking for your best friend and you're trying to be friends with a man, what would be the intention and purpose behind trying to be friends with a man? To eventually lead into something romantic. Even if that's not the intention, it could possibly happen, right? So I'm always skeptical, and I think you should be too, when somebody's in a relationship with somebody and they say they have an opposite sex friend. And I know a lot of times people don't think about it this way, but like eventually people are not going to be honest, right? That man or that female has crossed the line at some point, typically with their friendship. I would say I believe in the 80-20 rule. So I believe 80% of the time it, they've kissed, they've done something inappropriate, right? As friends. Okay. I mean, I hate to say it, I hate to admit it, right? So I know for me in my personal life, like that is the reason why I don't have female friends, even though I have female associates. I have females that I know, but no, I don't have female friends. And in this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna touch on why the dynamic between men and women is different. Why women look at men friendships differently than men look at women friendships, right? Because men and women are totally different. You probably already got this from the many videos that we've already posted so far. So, in today's episode, we're just going to look at, platonic friendships. Can they exist? Are they realistic? Will you always have to set boundaries? Et cetera, et cetera. Of course, we get two channel norms. One, we'll take points and not people. And then two, we don't do all that cussing derogatory stuff. I had to get that out of the way before we go into our first video clip. Okay. You ready for it? Hey, let's get it.
I don't think there's a lot of women that truly understand male nature. Most men do not seek women for friends. Most men become friends with women because the woman drew that line. I don't see you that way. I think you're a nice guy. Let's be friends. And that man accepts that relationship. And in a lot of cases, they accept that relationship with the thought that I could potentially change her mind down the road. Just because you befriend a lion does not mean that lion stop having teeth. I don't think there's a lot of women that truly understand male nature. Most men do not seek women for.
And he's absolutely correct. The thing about it is, a lot of times what you'll see is a man and woman is friend because a woman has friend zoned him. We just got to be real, right? Like, particularly, it depends on context, right? Um, if it's a situation where a man and woman grows up together, that's a little bit different, right? But if any situation where a man actually approaches a woman and he intentionally tries to get her number or attention and things of that nature, he's been friend zone, okay? Because he has intention on being more than just a friend. Okay. So I mean, a man will wait in the wings for a very long time, right? Well, he'll go out there be doing his thing, but he'll still be because it's a challenge. Men love a challenge, right? So he'll wait around. He'll let you go through several relationships, right? Be like, what, girl? He did what? He just waiting for his moment. That's the danger of quote unquote platonic relationships. Okay. Let's get into the next clip.
Can men and women just be friends? No, absolutely not. At least with me, it's not happening. However, I am so curious. I'm so curious of how well a wing woman would be, right? Fellas, just having a girl to help you get at her homegirls, or when y'all go out, girls, when y'all are out together. I would love to know that experience. Okay, but back to the message. Back to the message. If there's a sexual attraction, that's all it takes. It disrupts everything. Now, y'all can still be cordial, y'all can still be friendly amongst one another, but can you call it a platonic relationship if one of them, if one of y'all doesn't see the other person in just that way? Can men?
So, what did I just get through saying earlier in the video? It only takes one person to be attracted to the other. It don't take two, right? When one person is attracted, right, they have more invested, okay? While the other person is seeing it as a friendship, right? The other person is like, you know what? Like, I think this can be more. I feel like that you would really like me if you took the time and just gave me a chance. And typically that is the man, right? So in platonic friendships, a lot of time what you see is the man is getting taken advantage of. The man is doing nice things. The man is being chivalrous, right? He doing all these things to try to get the attention and the attraction and the likability. Well, a lot of times women understand this, right? And so they will use men in that case and lead them on, knowing that they're not attracted, nor they don't feel the same way. Okay. Once again, that is the danger of platonic friendships. Let's go to the next clip.
Emotionally invested in you is such a beautiful thing, and that's also one of the reasons why I say I don't like female friends. Because have you ever had a woman be head over heels in love with you? Have you ever seen how a woman treats you? How she willing to go out her way and do anything and everything for you? The way she touches you, the way she talks to you, the way she's invested in you. Man, it's a beautiful thing. You don't get that with a woman who's not attracted to you, which is why I don't want female friends. But a woman who sees you as worth it, she will let you know on every level that you are fucking worth it, and she ain't going nowhere, and she wants you and only you, and she expresses that in every way possible. Verbally, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It's a beautiful thing.
And this kind of piggybacks off the last point I was trying to make, because at the end of the day, when, like he said, when a woman is really feeling you or down for you, she will do a lot, right? But on the flip side, when she's not, she will take advantage of you. And this is not just women related, right? Same thing with men. When a man ain't feeling a woman, like he gonna take advantage of her, right? So it's just human nature, right? But the person who likes the other the most or is willing to invest the most is always going to be the one who's going to do the most. Okay. So there is no benefit for a man to have a female friend around, right? Because she's just going to take advantage of the situation and vice versa. If a man has a female friend around, like he might use her for sex, he might use her for money, right? So he's not invested. Okay. Somebody is typically going to get used in a quote unquote platonic friendship. Okay. If the feelings ain't there, if there's not a mutual agreement on, hey, this is what we're doing, we're on the same page, etc., then it's just typically not going to work. And even when we look at relationships, right, it works in the same way. If two people are not on the same page, why do you think people break up? Right? Because you hear women say all the time, well, I outgrew him. They're not on the same page anymore. So when two people consider themselves friends and one like the other and the other one is not feeling the same way, you have a situation where you got an imbalance. You had an impasse. Okay. Hey, I got a last clip that I think is going to end it off very nicely for you. Let's get into
it. Handle platonic friendships.
We all friends.
I couldn't have said it better myself, right? Particularly when you're talking about being in a relationship, being in a marriage, right? There is no separateness when it comes to having somebody, a friend that's opposite sex, right? We're all friends, okay? Like, stop it with all that, right? That's the end of this episode, man. Talking about platonic friendships. I hope that you gain a different perspective. Understand where I was coming from with it. Please share me your thoughts. What you think about platonic friendships? Can they work? Do you have a successful story with platonic friendships? Let me know what you think in the comments, right? Of course, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Okay. But as always, I'm you are me. Love always, love eternal. Remember, the worst thing you can do is lie to yourself, and we're out. Deuces. One love.